And welcome back here to the Los Angeles Athletic Club. Marco
Second
Chavez versus Charlie Shanks, 0-0 here. This is the men's round of 16 and a side out with a beautiful left-handed kill from the Northern Ireland's Charlie Shanks.
1-0.
He now has 1 point. Luis Cordoba, the referee, calls the score 1-0.
Point.
My name is Dave Vincent alongside Ashley Moeller, our sideline reporter.
2-0.
As Dave Fink is getting ready for his 2 o'clock Nadi Alvarado match. And 3 straight points quickly here now from Charlie Shanks.
Three 0.
There's 4 quick points for Charlie Shanks, who is coming into this game after a couple of disappointing tournaments that he's had. And talking to him, he doesn't seem to know, or he doesn't want to share what's been wrong, but he just told me just completely off is all he said.
Well, he felt very comfortable at the U.S. Open playing with the USHA 21 ball because he said, it was so similar to the ball that they normally use. That's going to be a point for Marco Chavez. No bad bounces in this game.
2-4.
Now it's 2-4. But he also played, that was short. They also played he played very good ball in Idaho with the Echelon ball, with the hard ball. But since those 2 tournaments, he has not been at his best.
5-2.
Losing to Chip Morales as well as Vic Perez.
Over.
That one played over. That was a huge setup off the back wall, called early from the referee, though.
5-2.
Looked like Marco's put that ball in his pocket right there.
I think he has a cell phone and his car keys in there. And a nice left-handed kill shot from Marco Chavez in that left corner. Now with another point for Marcos.
4-5.
Score is 4-5.
Court. Second serve.
Watching the WPH Simple Green race for 8. And that ball just cut down the left wall. That was an incredible shot from Marco Chavez.
5-5.
Charlie Shanks, known as a guy that can curve every single ball that he hits. He looked at Marcos and said, "Did you mean to do that?" Yeah, that's part of Marcos's game. He's been playing exclusively big ball 4-wall for the last 3 or 4 months. And he's taking a lot of big ball shots now out of the air. And you see his serves, he serves as cracks that are lobs. He goes for crack shots. Very unorthodox, but that's how he plays.
Second serve.
This is also his home court. No call from the referee. And that results as a point for Marco Chavez. You see Charlie Shanks trying to play dead center here. Listen for the score.
7-5.
Chavez up 7-5 after that nice lead that Marcos got, or I should say Charlie got to start this game, Ashley. And then there's another point right there, and Marcos is really disrupting Charlie with this serve. I've really never seen a serve like this.
8-5.
Well, Marcos did say that these are his home courts, and he knows where the lucky bounces are.
Well, he's been getting a lot of strange bounces. Look how he just throws the ball in, but Charlie has already seen 2 aces on that little lob throw-in. I don't think Charlie's ever seen anybody to ever serve that ball before like that. Marco said the only person that can really get that serve back is Armando Ortiz, who has great instincts. He said Armando will run in and take it before it hits the ground, and I'm flat-footed because I'm standing up there just throwing the ball back. as the serve. He said Armando's really the only one that's ever attacked it correctly. He said everybody else that runs in ends up having to stop and come back, and they're off balance, and then he does his first strike. He's up here 9-5, Marco Chavez is in the first game. It's best 2 out of 3 to 25. Third game also 25, win by 2 rally scoring, where virtually every play ends with a point being placed on the scoreboard. Marco Chavez wearing his scarlet letter. Well, that's what it looks like. It's a shirt that says qualifier on it.
That's the joke around the club this weekend, is that Marcos had to qualify to get into the pro tournament, but the fans don't understand that you have to actually play in the WPH race events to get ranking points or to be invited.
You can play in the USHA Four-Wall Nationals or the US Open to also get ranking events, and that's not what Marcos does. He plays doubles in those events, and you can't get ranking points off of doubles. Arguably one of the best right side doubles players in the game right now.
Point.
Smoked that ball past Charlie.
That ball almost went out of the ballpark here.
10 serves 5.
Charlie's just being overmatched right now. 11-5 is the score with Marcos still in the server's box.
Serves 5.
And Marcos hitting that ball on the ground. There's a point for Charlie Shanks. Charlie was up at 1 point, 3-0.
6 serves
I think
11.
he got all the way to 5-0.
5-0, and now he just scored his first point after Marcos went on an 11-0 run. Marcos looks really comfortable in there, and Charlie looks like he's all out of sorts. And there's another point for Chavez at 12-6. Now on a 12-1 run is Marco Chavez. And it's really the serve. If you're watching at home, try to pick up what Marcos is doing and why he's doing it with that little throw-in type serve that he has.
We saw Vic Perez trying to do that. I think he was trying to imitate what Marcos is doing. See it now. But he was doing a kind of similar half lob, middle height serve.
That was 2 bounces. He had to go around Charlie. No call from the referee, and it will be a side out. Charlie Shanks just walks up to the front wall as if nothing happened, knowing that he had Marcos diving in behind him. 7-12 here. You have to remember, Marco Chavez has faced some of the best servers of the ball game that's ever played handball, with Toddy Severa and Vince Munoz, and now Mondo Ortiz. Those are his sparring partners. And one of the strong suits of Charlie Shanks is that serve. And if he can locate that serve, he can locate shots like that off the back wall.
9 serves 12.
Charlie hops that ball, natural hook over to the left. And that gets another point now at 10-12, with Charlie on a nice little comeback himself here.
10 serves 12.
Now Charlie Shanks in command.
Over.
Oh.
Did you hit him? I thought he ran into you. But he ran into you.
That's a bad call, I think.
Well, the referee said that there was contact. And then you don't see Marcos arguing that there wasn't contact, so maybe there was. He said he ran into you, but I think that if a guy runs into you and the ball cracks out, you go, well, who cares? You weren't going to get it anyway. I mean, the crack out supersedes anything else that can happen, right?
Did you? I didn't see anything. Did you hit him? I didn't see you hit him. He was close, but I didn't see you hit him or anything. If you hit him, then it's over. I didn't see contact. I didn't see it. Did you hit him, Marcos?
Oh, this is bad when the referee asks the other player. Now it's getting out of control here with the referee. The contact happened so subtly way before the play started. Charlie Shanks takes the ball off the back wall. There was contact, but it happened so subtle. Let's watch it again on the replay, and you'll see exactly what happened.
But if there's contact, it's always over.
Watch where this contact takes place, Ashley, here. This is...
It happened so early at time to get ready for that
it's
back
right
wall
there.
setup.
That was it.
He wanted it, if you look.
Was
and
the contact?
if he would have made the shot, he wouldn't have said a thing, probably.
The contact happens with the foot. Watch Charlie's foot right there. He steps on top of Marcos's right foot, takes the ball off the back wall. See now why
right,
Charlie wouldn't just stop the play immediately and say, I stepped on your foot.
Yeah,
but he took it off the back wall.
Right. That would have been a different argument probably if he would have rolled it out there instead of skipping it.
11 serves 12.
Score is 11-12. This will actually fire up both of these players. You're always going to get into an arguing match with a referee when you're playing against Marcos Chavez. That's just kind of what we've seen over the history. Marcos has a way. He's a crafty player. See, this is what Marcos does.
No, you have 11-12. It's 13-11.
I thought he called
12, sorry, 12-12.
I remember hearing him 9-12 before Charlie started on his run.
No, Marcos is right. The score is 12-12 now.
12-13. 11-13, sorry.
This is really messed up right now. Referee does not have the right score.
Short. 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 He appeals. I saw it short.
This is becoming completely out of control at this moment.
2 serves.
Referee calls it short. Charlie Shanks appeals it, and it's overturned. Now he gets 2 serves after having the score wrong 3 or 4 times.
Kind of became a guessing game. He went from 11 to 12 to 13.
Point. 12 serves 13.
Now we're all together at 13 as we try to fight through some of this frustration between the players and the referee and the scoreboard.
14 serves 12.
Now at 14-12.
Serves 12.
Marcos Chavez serving 15 to 12 with the lead over Charlie Shanks in the first game here.
Nice shot right there from Chavez, who goes 1 inch high off the front wall.
16 serves 12.
Marcos starting to pull away here. Look at those serves. How he's able to hit the crack on a lob serve like that. Seems like that's just scientifically very hard to do, but he's already got 2 aces on that, and he almost got another one.
It's brilliant. He's conserving his energy, not going for the hard power serves every single point.
13 serves 16.
Marcos looking completely comfortable in his home court here at the Los Angeles Athletic Club.
17 serves 13.
Be a setup for Marcos. Not afraid to use his left, and that one is a freebie, and he smiles as he passes Charlie, but Charlie isn't one of those guys that'll smile on the court. He's very focused.
18 serves 13.
Call that a Sapo.
Over.
Now those are the plays that the referees have been warned about by the lead ref here, where the server serves the ball and then backs
18 serves
into the
13.
lane. Now, Marcos certainly did do that. He backed up and got hit by
18,
Charlie.
13.
See if Marcos goes back to that same type of serve. And he is just getting free points on a lob serve to Charlie Shanks.
Down the right also.
19 serves 13.
Watch what Marcos does with this ball.
Well, slowing down the pace just takes you out of your rhythm a little bit, kind of like an off-speed pitch in baseball. But he isn't mixing it up between fast and slow. It's just constant off-speed.
Marcos down with another point, 20 to 13. Nice get right there from Chavez. One of the things about Marcos is that he's in incredible shape. He can't see that ball. Charlie doesn't even try to get out of the way. Marcos is in great shape.
And the one great get he had, he was going the complete wrong direction, but was still athletic enough to go the opposite way and still get to that ball to keep himself in the rally.
You're watching the WPH Simple Green Race for 8 and the World Players of Handball's continued coverage of this men's round of 16 action. This is the last of the 16s. Earlier today, it was Luis Cordoba taking down Chip Morales. He lost the first game 25-24, comes back and takes game number 2 and 3, 25-6, 25-15. Dave Fink downs Vic Perez 25-18, 25-16. And it was Andy Nett taking care of Emmett Pichot 25-21, 25-23. And now Marco Chavez is leading here in game 1 versus Charlie Shanks. Winner will play Alan Garner at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And now a Marco Chavez matchup with Alan Garner will be fun. We saw what happens. Alan Garner defeated Charlie Shanks in a good match in Atlanta.
13.
So either way, that'll be a fun match.
And
that ball was short.
Short serve.
Was that short?
Gonna appeal it.
Appeal it. Okay. Yeah, second serve. I couldn't see it. Second serve. What? Second serve.
See what Marcos does on the second serve here. See, that's Marcos getting into the head of the referee a little bit. It's almost like he's having too much fun in there. And that gets into the head of his opponent and then the referee as well.
21 serves 13.
Charlie Shanks has to be frustrated here. There's a short ball.
Marcos is the only qualifier that's still alive trying to get into the round of 8. The other 3 qualifiers went down with the top seeds advancing.
Second serve. Short.
And there's a double fault from Marco Chavez, being too lazy in there with that melancholy serve. Sometimes comes back to haunt you, and that's a point for Charlie Shanks.
All right. Fourteen serves 21.
Shanks coming in, trying to defeat a 14-21 lead that Chavez has over him in the first game here.
15 serves 21.
Oh, that was a good serve right there from Charlie Shanks. Now it's 16-21. And all that playing around and being a nice guy from Marco Chavez might come back to haunt him here if he doesn't focus. Because Charlie Shanks is in the driver's seat now.
Over.
That would just be unavoidable, wouldn't it?
That's what I was thinking.
I said it.
Kind of just backed right into him on the shot.
Charlie digs that ball out. I thought Marcos was going to get the free point there. Charlie might get that. He doesn't. It's a side out and a point for Marco Chavez and some claps from the crowd here. Claps from the
Claps from
clouds.
the cloud.
There are clouds in sunny Southern California this week.
22 serve 16.
Kind of overcast today. I think I've got clouds on my mind. There's clouds in my coffee.
It's better than clouds in your nose.
Charlie having to go around. Marcos digs it out, dives up front. Marcos going to track this ball down to the back wall, gets it to the front wall. Charlie's going to tee off, though, back up to the roof to go play a little bit safe. Chavez has to dig deep. Marcos up there up front. I believe it bounced twice, though. And the crowd also likes that action here at the Los Angeles Athletic Club. Marco Chavez, sponsored by Owen Gloves.
17 serves 22.
Now 18 to 22. Shanks knows that he has to get most of his points on this serve right here. If not, Marcos gets the side out and he'll have 23. And
nice
another
shot.
point for Charlie Shanks. I would consider a timeout if I was Marco Chavez.
Watching him yesterday, a bunch of his fans in the crowd commented on how he never takes timeouts.
Well, he might have to take one here if Charlie scores another point.
Oh, nice shot there by Marco Chavez.
He actually broke through that screen and then hit the ball 1 inch high off the front wall, now getting his 23rd point.
23
It's going to be very difficult
19.
for Shanks to come back. 23 to 19 to get 6 points in a row without making 2 mistakes. This is rally scoring to 25, the first game.
All games.
Well, this is the first game.
Oh, okay. Now we're at 23 to 20. And if Marco Chavez gets the side out, he'll be serving to win the game. Charlie is not going to think about that now. He has a great reverse serve down that right wall, which I believe is
23.
what he's looking at here.
I like that shot right there.
That was a lot of muscle from Marco Chavez, now serving to win the first game, 24 to 20.
24 serves 20.
It's a big setup for Shanks. And Shanks gets the side out. Charlie wanted the crowd to applaud, give an applaud, but that was a real sloppy rally right there. Although the last shot was a laser from Charlie Shanks.
Over. Over.
That's a terrible call from the referee.
What? I called it over because he was right in front of you.
It's just such a terrible call, and I think Marcos also realizes that. I mean,
maybe he saw Marco seem to hesitate a little before taking the shot. Maybe he saw that and thought it should have been a hinder call.
21 serves 24.
Happened dead center on the court with a ball that's coming off the back wall. I mean, it's not. Marcos did take it with a fist overhand, but back into play here.
Over.
That's what it's going to take. Marcos having to throw his hands up. And I would say, as the referee, you tell me if you think it's a screen by lifting your hands. I'm not going to want to call them first. It's nice to see a rare appearance from King Shorty.
AKA Gordo.
Shorty Ruiz making an appearance here at the LAAC to watch his good buddy Marco Chavez. Shorty Silva, I should say.
And that will be the first game.
And Marcos takes down Charlie Shanks 25 to 21. We're going to take a 3-minute break. Be back right around the corner at racefor8.com. Stick with us.
Guys ready? All right. 0, serve 0.
You heard the score right there from referee Luis Cordova. 0 serve 0 with Charlie Shanks serving.
Interesting that Chavez has a Luis Moreno shirt on. Maybe he's trying to pick up the good vibes from his race for 8
I don't know about that, because the last time they played was at the pre-race event in Tucson, where Marco Chavez defeated Luis Moreno. That was in April, as you recall.
So do you think he's rubbing it in Luis's face a little bit?
I just think that these guys are fans of each other.
Romance.
And, you know, Luis Moreno does have his collection of Chavez shirts as well. We saw Luis Moreno wear the Bitty Bittigan shirt at one of the pro stops earlier.
I missed that one. Do you and Dave Fink swap shirt? No, that wouldn't quite work. Oh.
That and some lipstick will get you in trouble.
I don't think Fink could fit in my shirts either. Don't feel bad.
Marco Chavez goes over to the right, makes contact. Straight. I agree with Chavez here.
Yeah, but you went the wrong way.
I agree with Luis Cordova here, who
2 serves 2. Short.
Said that Marcos went the wrong way. He actually ran into Charlie Shanks and raised his hands. It doesn't really quite work that way in the world of contact. Second serve here. And there's a point for Marco Chavez.
3 serves 2.
Excuse me.
Let's listen for the score.
4 serves 2.
4-2 is the score here. Chavez came in after that first game and said, how do you like those serves? So he knew that we would be talking about those underhand lob serves that were cracking out. I found that interesting that he even brought it up. There's 1,000 other things he could have thought of. That should be an avoidable.
He was to the left. He was to the left. He wasn't in front of you. He was to the left.
If he was to the left, then how did he get hit by the ball?
Check the ball.
That's funny. Charlie said, I gave you the whole right side, and Marco said, I didn't want to go to the right side. I was hitting it to the left.
4 serves 2.
I don't think Charlie knew what happened there. Score is 4-2.
Over. Four serves 2.
This is the second game.
Short.
Marco's going after that crack underhand. Just misses it with the short ball. Charlie has to be aware now.
Second serve.
And probably a little bit more comfortable with that lob serve. Marco's told you this. He also has been speaking with a lot of the crew here with the WPH who are always kind of interested to see who he trains with and why he is so good. But he said that he's been playing almost exclusive 4-wall big ball and then going outside and playing outdoor big ball, playing against guys like Ricky Ruiz and Sal Duenas. And he said since February, he's won about $800 on the street playing these guys in big ball. He played in that WPH big ball tournament down here, the Showdown, and made it to the finals. That was at his uncle's shop that you attended, Ashley, and you said he was pretty good. He lost to Samson Hernandez like 15 and 13.
Yeah, they were close games, but in the first round, he almost lost to Rambo, which is Shorty and Ricky's dad. He took Marcos to a tiebreaker in the first round. But then he made it all the way to the finals.
And there's another point from Marco Chavez on that amazing serve that seems to hit the ground and then feather into the right wall.
7 serves 3.
I don't know how Chavez, Shanks, who just took his fist right into the side wall there. That's that sound that you heard.
swirly ball.
Point.
And you see Marcos now using a lot of big ball type shots out here. If we can see a replay of that, then feel free to use it. If not, it's all right.
8 serves 3.
8-3. We're pretty relaxed here in the booth at the moment. I'm about ready to take my blazer off. There's Marcos just dictating the action right now. Charlie's going to have to take a timeout soon.
First timeout, scores 9 serving 3.
And here's a replay. Watch Marcos. He sees exactly where Charlie Shanks is at. Watch a shot. Charlie has just no place to go. He tries to get over there, but the ball just dies. He doesn't realize that when Marcos goes over the top of that ball, he's topping it, and that ball kind of cuts into that front wall and then slows down.
Well, it's interesting that Charlie hit that ball so high when he was standing in the server's box. Instead of trying to just kill it into the right corner, he took it all the way up to the left front sidewall to try to push him back, and then he just cut it off and slapped it right down the left.
Marcos has complete control right now of Charlie Shanks, pushing him back and forth. If you watch every one of those rallies, Charlie starts out on the left, then he goes to the right, and then he's back to the left again, and Marcos just is pushing him around, and that's the thing about handball. You want to dictate the action. You don't want to be dictated. Now, our referee is going to be fined his referee pay for this match because
Charlie.
he's not wearing the official referee shirts. That means that the Tahiti Fund for Dave Fink and Dave Vincent will
And Ashley
actually
Mueller.
Well, no, well,
I'm inviting myself.
I don't know about
I'm
that.
pretty good at doing that anyway, so.
I think your whole life has been paid for up to this point. If I were you, I'd just keep riding that. I'd ride that surfboard all the way in.
My whole life has been paid for. Not sure how to take that.
Take it any way you want it. I know you'll take it in the most negative way, and I won't hear from you for 3 weeks.
And I'll send you a text to tell you how mad I am.
9 serves 3.
You'll do it 9 days later, and then you'll tell me that it really hurt your feelings. To which I will reply by some useless words that will be in the process of myself digging myself further into the hole. And there's another point for Marco Chavez, and Charlie Shanks is unable to get into the flow of this match. 10-3 is the score.
Short.
God, that ball, another one that hits that crack. It's unbelievable.
Second serve.
Marcos goes to the left on a second serve. And he hits that crack.
Shot.
Point.
And then he hits a laser down the right. It's really fun to watch him play.
Just so completely comfortable here in his home court, and it's very evident as he's only made one outrage about missing a fist shot that he should have made earlier in the first game.
And then he skips that ball in after we talked about how he has been playing. A point now put on the board for Charlie Shanks at 4-11.
4 serves 11.
Good serve right there from Charlie Shanks. He's going to need about 6 more of those to get back in this game, and Marcos looking for a towel. Marcos hit the floor pretty hard back there. Listen for the score from the ref.
5 serves 11.
There's a side out, which gives another point to Marco Chavez. You're watching
12 serves 5.
the WPH Simple Green Race for 8. 7 stops will determine who will be invited to Seattle, Washington as one of the Elite 8 players.
13 serves 5.
Marco Chavez is not in the running. As good as he is, he just did not go to any tour stops this year. And he will not get enough ranking points if he wins this tournament to be invited to Seattle, although it would be great to see him there because he's certainly one of the best players in the game.
It seems to me that if a player wins a stop, they should be automatically invited.
Over.
Something to say about that.
Over.
What do you think Charlie needs to do right now to
Get
come back from
13 serves 5.
Marcos out of the front court.
Yeah.
Charlie's hanging out too far in the back. Charlie is good when he serves and then shoots the next shot. But even when he's in the front court, Marcos does these strange overhand tomahawks, which neutralizes your court position, because now you're having to go and try to retrieve one of those.
14 serves 5.
This is why Marcos is so dangerous. Now, Charlie's in the front court. But look what Marcos does. He just bends that ball over and hits an amazing hook return that's driven right at Charlie's feet.
15 serves 5.
15 to 5. Just throws the ball in, very nonchalant. Wow. Charlie hit that ball so hard that it stayed up, and Marcos got it. Marcos has a little laugh on smile on his face because he gave up twice.
I don't even know how he saw the ball,
6
honestly.
serves 15.
You see Shanks playing a little bit more aggressive here. That's how good Marcos Chavez is. Playing really good handball at this moment. 16 to 6 is the score as Chavez walks into the box after winning the first game. (25 to 19 was the score?
He was 21.
21. That's
7
right.
serves 16.
Try to find my notes. I couldn't find it.
Contact there, and Charlie Shanks seems to be holding the back of his knee now after getting run into by Marcos.
All right. Injury timeout.
Marcos just says sorry to Charlie. I guess that's all you can say. If we can see
Yeah,
a
15
replay of that
minutes.
contact right there that's forced Charlie to take an injury timeout. Maybe we won't take it, but if we did, fine. If not, eh. And you see the referee going to check out this injury from Charlie. What happens sometimes when you're playing, you can have your legs taken out from underneath you if you don't have them completely planted.
Oh, okay.
But you see Charlie here, he has
go
his
away.
weight back, and there it is.
But
Even
it'll
though
go away.
that doesn't look like much, if you have your weight on that leg,
Over.
it could seriously, you know, pop your knee in the wrong direction.
Well, knees are very delicate. Sometimes even the slightest little tweak might stretch a tendon or maybe knock your leg back a little bit that will throw something out of whack that just takes you out of it for a little bit.
Let's watch it again. There it is right there. Yeah, Charlie was just starting to lean back on that leg, and he might have taken a good knee right to the back of that muscle in the back of that knee. And I know it was painful. It didn't look as bad live, Ashley, but when you look at it in replay, it certainly was.
Now, whenever any sort of injury happens like that, it seems to get in the player's head a little bit because if you're the player running into the other,
16.
you think, oh, I hope I didn't hurt that person.
Wait, Charlie.
Unless you're not a very nice person and don't really care. And then the other person might think, oh, well, I'm in their head now because they almost took me out.
And then the other person, I mean, how many persons are there in here? Which person are you talking about?
Well, in my little world, there's a lot of persons.
Okay, so there's persons. I think I know what you're talking about, if that makes you feel any better, but certainly I know I've played people who have, I call them people, you call them persons,
18 serves 7.
that have been injured, and I, as the one who injured them or the recipient of watching them get injured, felt bad about the injury and let up just a little bit. And meanwhile, they play a little harder, sort of like the elk that it has only 3 legs, runs faster than one with 4. And the next thing you know, you lost a couple points because you really deep down think, you know, I feel sorry. I think this is an unfair advantage because they're injured and I'm healthy. And it's supposed to be an equal type of opportunity type of game. And so a lot of emotions go through your head.
Thank you for putting that more eloquently than
I don't think
I
I
was
did.
able to.
I don't think I did. And that's the problem.
I don't know where the elk came from, but.
Well, I know you're from Iowa, and I try to keep it local and regional, I should say. for my broadcast partners.
Yeah, I got to be more on the same page as cows and corn. That's
Well,
more of.
if Dave Fink was my broadcast partner, I would have used trust funds and silver spoons as analogies, but
19 serves 9. Ten serves 19.
Charlie Shanks serving 10 to 19. He's got
Point.
quite a ways to try to come back, but it is rally scoring, so any mistake that Marcos makes, it's going to be a point for Charlie.
11 serves 19.
good serve right there from Charlie Shanks. And then that was a terrible return right there. He has to be frustrated with himself for that left hand. The referee could give a technical to Charlie Shanks for hitting that ball
11.
almost right at Marco Chavez's head. Charlie's very frustrated right now. About to drop the second game and the match.
Oh, I like that shot there.
Marco's inside out, flops that ball with the left hand to the front left right corner. And he does it with sort of a no-look sort of mentality, and he walks forward as if he's going to guide that ball in. He goes for a crack in and gets the ace on that underhand serve. That's a lob. It's unbelievable how Marcos is able to do that.
I'm going to take the Marco Chavez lob crack serve clinic tomorrow afternoon.
22 serves 11.
Did you sign up for it already, or
well, he
because I
doesn't know
saw that
about
they
it
only
yet.
had they only had one space available. That allows 22 people. Chavez serving at 23-11 here in game number 2. Marcos just completely
23 serves 11.
dismantling Charlie Shanks. 23-11. Want to thank Marcos for getting us back on our broadcast schedule as we were running late.
Slipped him a 20 for that one.
Match point serves 11. Match.
And for the game, he hits that lob crack serve.
And there it is. Marco Chavez takes a lob crack into the ballpark today, and he used it successfully, defeating Charlie Shanks 25-21, 25-11. We're going to take a timeout. We have another match coming up right around the corner. In fact, the Dave Fink Nadi Alvarado match coming up next here on the show court. That'll be a men's round of 8 for Ashley Moeller and Linda Manning, as well as Omar Lemus. My name is Dave Vincent. We'll be back. Game number 1 versus Nate Alvarado and Dave Fink next here at racerate.com. Stick with us.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hello, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. Our non-toxic, biodegradable, all-purpose cleaner works great for cleaning it. Thank you. Non-toxic, biodegradable, Simple Green. It's great for cleaning.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's 1 every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.